Hey, good morning, everybody. It is April 30th, 2022. Tomorrow is the first day of May. It's a beautiful day here in New York, Zone 7A. It's going to be in the upper 60s today and probably next 7 days, and then it's going to get into the 70s, allegedly. So we're going to start planting some of our starts out in the garden. But first, what I'm going to do is I got to turn my compost pile over. I'm doing it Charles Dowding style, the no-dig master. And what I'm doing is, just putting everything in my compost pile, and I turn it once. So I'll take it from this heap over here, put it into this one. Currently, this has some compost from last year. And this is a pile that it's got a little bit leftovers from 2 years ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this pile into this pile, and then turn this one into here. So it sounds like fun. I wish I had a better system that didn't have these permanent pallets in the middle, so this way I could remove it and just push the compost over. But I'm gonna have to get my shovel out, my fork, and put a little muscle into it. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do today. So here we go. Yeah, a bit of a change of plans. I forgot that I'm gonna need some screened compost to put over in the garden bed. I'm gonna plant some, not tomatoes. Well, I'm gonna plant tomatoes today, but cucumbers right up against that fence. And the soil got kind of washed away over the winter, and early spring we had a lot of really heavy rain. So I'm gonna screen out some of this compost. This is like 2-year-old compost. So I'm putting it through a 1/2 inch hardware cloth. And I mean, this is really good stuff. Yeah. So it's still got some, leaves and twigs and some plastic. We'll get all that stuff out and get it through the screen. I gotta make a better screen than this. This one is not very good. I put wood on 2 ends, and it works, but it's very flimsy, and I cut myself a few times on the edges. So I have to make a nice frame, maybe with 2x3s, and then reattach this hardware cloth. So I'm just kind of pushing this through. All these big chunks are going to stay up on top. And hopefully most of the plastic. And, it's okay if you have bits of plastic in your compost, as long as you pick them out before you put it in the beds. That's the main thing. Unfortunately, there's so much plastic in the world. It's tough to get rid of it. So what I usually do is I'll dump this back into the compost pile, but right now there's a lot of plastic in this one, so I'll dump it here. You can see this is nicely sifted. This little thing is a worm. Yeah, this is good stuff. So I'm gonna keep doing this, then I'm gonna move those piles. So here's a close-up look at the pile. This is all new stuff. Paper towels, twigs, leaves, food scraps, eggshells, old scallions, green onions from the garden. And then you can see the layers here. Not very well defined, but again, this is a kind of a small heap. There's a bunch of little papers, paper plates. So you can see as it goes down, it starts to get a little darker and darker, and then towards the bottom you can see worms. There's another guy there. So it's really, it's actually working. I mean, it's slow, but that's okay. I don't need it. I don't need that much of it. I mean, I do need a lot of it, but I don't really need it to break down faster. I'm happy with it doing it on its own. So I'm gonna take this pile here, and you can see this is compost that was sitting. I started it last spring like I'm doing now with the new pile, and it sat all year and all winter and broke down into some really nice Nice compost. So, you know, some stuff that's not broken down yet, but that's fine. It's all organic and it goes in the garden and breaks down some more. So I'm going to move this over to there, and I'm going to take this pile and move it into this. Wish me luck. We don't need too much water. It's pretty nice and moist underneath. I'm just going to add a little bit, especially to the sides. The sides seem like they dry up quicker. Don't want to add too much water. Don't want it to go anaerobic. But a little bit of water every couple of layers is a good thing. Going about almost halfway there. I think I might have found my thermometer. I heard something. Hopefully it still works. Good to use a pitchfork like this because you could shake up, show you, shake up a big clump like this and just let it fall. Just break it up a little bit because there's a lot of larger leaves that I didn't really grind up and kind of knack together. That's okay. We got a mixture of a little bit of everything in here. So it's a good compost pile for a beginner. Hey, I found my compost thermometer. Almost at the bottom. Anyway, we'll stick it into this pile once I'm finished, and we'll see what the temperature gets up to. Right now it's showing about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're almost done with this pile, so we're getting there. All right, that took about, I don't know, half hour. Anyway, what I do is I leave a little bit of the old compost on the bottom. I picked up some leaves that were in the corner over here. And then I just add my new scraps and leaves and grass clippings and such onto this pile. So this way there's some worms in there now. They could start getting to work on the new stuff that comes in, food scraps. And this is the new pile, turned over. And yeah, you can see this bottom part was pretty well broken down. Still a lot of big leaves. I should get a leaf mulcher or whatever they call that and grind these up smaller, but I did that with a little bit of it. I ran it through my lawnmower. Maybe this year I'll do the rest, but anyway. So found my thermometer. I'm gonna leave it in here. Right now it's at 65. I watered every once in a while each layer and put some new grass clippings in there. So we'll see if the thing gets heated up today. There's a lot of worm activity in this top part, so they're gonna work their way down and start breaking down some of that other stuff. So I'm kind of happy with what we did today. I'm gonna put a couple of boards up here to hold it in. And then, like I said, we'll start filling this one up. And if I need some compost to fill in, I'll be using this one. So that's it for today, everybody. And hope you're having a great day, and happy May Day tomorrow. See you in the next video. April 30th, 2022, and we're going to plant Norland red potatoes. This is the first time I'm growing these. I tried to grow some potatoes last year in that blue trash can, and we got like a little tiny one. It wasn't even much enough to make one French fry. But anyway, I bought these seed potatoes, and I chitted them for a little while. I'm gonna stick them, some of them, not all of them. I'll leave some of them out. But I think I might put this one and this one in the bed today and see how that goes. So what I'm doing is I used my gobo container that I built last year to grow the burdock root, and you know, it was nice. We had 2 burdock roots. It's a lot of work just for 2 burdock roots. So I'm going to try. I filled it up with some compost, and I'm going to try to grow potatoes in here this year. So I'm going to see what happens. Not sure if I'm supposed to cut these in half and put all the different eyes there, but I'm just going to put like 2 or maybe 3 of them in here, and put one there, put one there, and maybe I'll put this little guy in the middle, and we'll see how it goes. Still got some more potatoes. I'll continue to let those chit a little longer, make these sprouts, and then we'll plant them somewhere else. But I don't really have a lot of room for potatoes anymore. And I have the sweet potatoes in the house that I haven't started yet. I mean, I started them, but I haven't planted them yet. So that's going to take up a lot of room because those vine out all over the place. So we're running out of room here on the old farm. So we'll see how it goes. And potatoes going in today. Today I'm planting corn, catalyst corn. I'm putting 80 seed corn kernels in today, and I'm measuring it out here. I'm putting them 6 inches apart, and the spacing between the rows is going to be about 2 feet. So that should give me a really good pollination rate, I hope. This is only my 2nd year growing corn, so we'll see how it goes. So I've got the measurement here: 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and I just keep moving down the line.